G'day everyone, John from Ascent Fitness here, and welcome to the Launceston Urban Fringe Trail. The LUFT, as we like to call it, is a fully connected series of streets and roads and parks and reserves that goes right round the edge of Greater Launceston in a 102 kilometre loop. And we have a 10 session program to take you around the whole lot. Stick around and we'll show you what's there. So section 1 starts here in Riverside. The paths are flat and the whole course is too. 9.8 kilometres, just to get you warmed into the whole idea of what it's like to get around the edge of the city. In section 2 of the LUFT, we're heading points north. Now we also have our very first major hill. This is Hamburger Hill, that we like to call it, and just get your heart started just a little bit before it flattens off again. Every section of the LUFT has its own little feature that's a bit of a surprise, and here is the one for section 3. This is the Rocherley Old Rail Trail, and it's always a bit of a hidden gem for those who haven't been here. We're well deep into the northern suburbs, yet right around us we have mature trees and a really nice place to go for a stroll. I look forward to showing you. Section 4 of the LUFT takes us from Ravenswood right past the most easterly point of the LUFT and then finishes at St Leonard's. And along the way there are plenty of places that people don't walk very often. But you'll be stunned and amazed at the amount of green spaces there are on this side of the city, including Waring Street Park, which has to be the largest park in Greater Launceston after Royal Park. And where we are now, at Waverley Lake, when it comes to the green spaces, they don't get any better than this. In section 5 of the LUFT, we're almost halfway around and we start to really get into the rural parts of Greater Launceston. And you're able to contemplate things as you get down to the 51 kilometre mark, halfway around, and you get to take amazing views off to the east that include Mount Barrow, the Ben Lomond Plateau and Ragged Jack. Check it out. If there's one thing that section 6 of the LUFT does not lack, it's variety. We come out of the rural ideal of Ruralbia and into a bit of urban grunge in Youngtown. One thing's for sure, there'll always be something unexpected around the corner. On section 7 of the LUFT, we leave the urban environment behind us and get into some really good trail walking. We also do some off-track, no track at all walking as well, just to add to the adventure. At the end of section 7, you started to also go uphill a bit more, but be ready for a bit more of that. On section 8 of the LUFT, we're really out of flat ground and the hills have really started. And there's some amazing views when you get to the top. In fact, we will get to the highest urban point in Greater Launceston in section 8, a full 235 metres above sea level. And the view out that way, well, you're just going to have to wait. Section 9 of the LUFT is legendary amongst LUFT completers. Although it's only got 10% of the distance, it has 25% of all of the elevation. So there's a few hills to get through. In fact, we have the 5 hills of truth in section 9. But luckily, by now you've walked 80 kilometres of the LUFT and you're absolutely ready for that. So, where does it go? It goes up. On section 10 of the LUFT, we have gone fully rural and we're out at the most westerly point of the Launceston Urban Fringe Trail. This is also our last section that we do in the program, and it's 14.5 kilometres, so it's the longest section we do. However, it's mostly downhill and flat, so that makes it more of a victory lap and it gives us time just to think about the journey we've been on as we start to make our final reaches into the city. So that's really the story of the Launceston Urban Fringe Trail. After section 10, you come back to where you start and you've walked 102 kilometres around the edge of Greater Launceston, streets, roads, trails, reserves, and you've also put in 1,600 metres of elevation. But the best bit is that you become one of the LUFT completers. And this is really our graduation ceremony because you've just done a fantastic job. So, you better come and join us. The link below for registration and we'll see you soon.